Now for the past 2 weeks, I've been checking out the GEVI 1000C Nugget Icemaker, and today we're going to find out by the end of this video, does this device actually make ice in under 15 minutes after you add water in? Now this video is not a review, as I did get this product for free. This is more of an overall overview of the product itself and what it's been like as I've had the chance to use it in my home, me and my wife, over the last 2 weeks. Now here in 2025, me and my wife are currently still renting. However, we do plan to buy a house at the end of this year. But that being said, the refrigerator that we have available to us in our home, the ice that it makes hasn't been getting the job done for a very long time. Now everyone loves Nugget ice. I think the first time I actually had it was at Sonic, and after that I was hooked. Now I'm not one of those crazy people who just chews on the ice, but I do like it whenever I'm drinking coffee, maybe any alcohol beverages, or really anything at all. Water, I refill my water bottle with this ice every single day. Now one of my concerns when fixing our refrigerator ice problem is the amount of ice that we would get out of an additional device that we would buy that was sitting on our counter. This machine gives you a basket that can hold up to 4.8 pounds of ice in just 4 hours after turning the machine on. So that is plenty enough ice for refilling your water bottle, making a couple of drinks, and even if you do run out of ice, again, in just 15 minutes, you will have more ice. And speaking on that 15-minute claim, we did actually check that out because on the box itself, it says just 15 minutes and you will have ice. So upon actually opening the device for the first time, we plugged it in and I waited. I counted to 15 minutes, and true, it does actually make ice in just 15 minutes. And what's nice about this machine is that the ice actually has a 12-hour retention, meaning that the ice that it makes will stay cold in there for up to 12 hours before it begins making new ice. This obviously helps for the purposes of energy savings, because imagine if the ice kept melting and then you're having to put new ice in every hour because the machine is not getting cold enough inside to actually hold it. So this actually does 80% retention of all the ice that it makes up to 12 hours. Now there were two other things that actually concerned me when buying a dedicated ice maker, and the second one was the size. Because this is a dedicated device that will go on your counter, I didn't want something that was big and bulky and that couldn't clear the counter space for the cabinets that are right above. And again, this video is not paid. This was literally the perfect size for what we needed. It fit in the corner very, very well. And even the plug on it, I love that they have like a flush mount, like it's easy to plug in and it goes directly down, so you can hide those cables on your counter as best as possible. And like I said before, because we're renting, we don't want to have to drill holes in the countertop because this machine does have an automatic refill setting. However, because it has a manual setting, it works perfect for us. We can just fill a pitcher of water and refill it, and because that ice stays up to 12 hours, we don't have to do this too often. And then the very last thing that I was worried about was how loud is it going to be. Now it does say that this device is rated for 55 decibels of sound, which is relatively low, and I will say that honestly, the machine is pretty loud, and that comes from someone who has an ear for sound when it comes to like media and video and production. I can clearly hear stuff, and I notice when something is on in the room, and when I'm watching something or walking around in the living room or kitchen, you definitely hear the fans on this thing when it's making ice. And honestly, this isn't going to be a big deal for most people, but for me, if I'm going to have it in my studio, I definitely want to make sure to have it away from recording spaces and in a separate room where you can't hear it. So if you're interested in picking up this device to get that beautiful Nugget ice, guess what? You can check it out in the link below in the description. But until next time, I think there's a video like right over my shoulder. You can click here and check it out if you want to.